This young woman, heading to a job interview, holds the elevator doors just as they are about to close. Shortly after, an elderly man and another woman step inside. But right after the second woman gets in, the elevator triggers an overload alarm. Out of nowhere, she shockingly shoves the old man out of the elevator. The young woman immediately steps out to confront her, but the rude woman simply hurls insults and lets the doors shut. Little does she know, this old man is actually the grandfather of the company's chairman. The old man asks for the girl's name. After sharing some words of encouragement, the two of them take the next elevator together. Soon, it's time for the girl's interview. The moment she walks in, she realizes the interviewer is the exact same woman she argued with in the elevator. Before the girl can even sit down, the interviewer orders her to leave. Abusing her power for a personal grudge, she throws the girl's resume right at her. Furious, the girl exposes how the interviewer just bullied an elderly man. Having said her piece, she storms out of the room in anger. Unexpectedly, the moment she steps out, she bumps straight into the chairman's arms. As it turns out, he was actively looking for her. It is revealed that the old man had secretly helped the girl by instructing the chairman to arrange a position for her. Just like that, she becomes the chairman's intern assistant, a highly coveted role. However, the interviewer is bent on revenge. One day, the girl is carrying some important documents to be signed. Just as she reaches the office door, she runs into the interviewer again. The interviewer snatches the documents from her hands and publicly frames her for tampering with them. This commotion draws the chairman's attention. Just as the interviewer is dragging the girl off to the HR department, the chairman steps out. After learning the whole story, he pulls up the security footage from the pantry. The video clearly shows that the documents were secretly swapped by a man in a red shirt. The man is quickly caught, but the interviewer suddenly slaps him hard across the face, acting as some sort of silent warning. In the end, the man takes the sole blame and is sent off to the police station. But inexplicably, the girl is also fired by the chairman, leaving her utterly stunned. As the interviewer tries to drag her out, the girl breaks free and accidentally bumps hard into the chairman's back. The sudden jolt causes him to accidentally dial the phone number of the fiancée he was arranged to marry a year ago. Miraculously, the girl's phone starts ringing at the exact same time. It turns out they are the engaged couple who have never actually met, and fate has brought them together right here. The girl answers the phone at the door. The man notices she sounds a bit upset. When he presses her, she admits that right before answering the phone, she was just fired from her job. Out of kindness, the man invites her to come work at his company. She expresses her gratitude but politely turns him down. Walking and talking, she continues to complain about her awful boss over the phone. Just then, they turn a corner and bump right into each other. Will they finally recognize each other? After entering into a whirlwind marriage with a man she had never actually met, a woman inadvertently lands a job at her husband's company. Her exceptional talent quickly earns his appreciation, and the two find themselves becoming quite close. However, her rise provokes the deep-seated jealousy of her supervisor, who harbors a grudge and begins plotting against her. One day, the supervisor orchestrates a trap by sending her to a hotel to meet a client, where a predator has been secretly planted in a room. By chance, the husband spots her leaving and decides to follow, curious as to why she is departing during work hours. The moment she arrives at the hotel, she is dragged into the room and pinned to the bed. At this critical second, the husband finds the room and hammers on the door, distracting the attacker. Seizing the opportunity, the woman strikes the man in a vital spot and escapes. However, she has been drugged and collapses into her husband's arms before being rushed to the hospital. Upon learning that the supervisor was behind the setup, the husband flies into a rage. He summons the supervisor, and despite her frantic excuses, he presents undeniable evidence that leaves her utterly disgraced as she is forced to depart. Later at work, the husband asks the woman to make him coffee, but she accidentally leaves her notebook in his office. Flipping through it, he finds it filled with detailed information about himself and mistakenly assumes she has fallen in love with him. Perplexed, he sends a text to his invisible wife, asking how to reject a girl who likes him. The woman replies, "Tell her you're into men." Shocked, but taking the advice, the husband approaches her workstation and bluntly declares he likes men. The woman is stunned, wrongly assuming they have a special relationship and wondering if this secret is the true reason behind their distant marriage. The next day, the boss takes his two most beautiful employees to meet a client. The woman carefully orders the client's favorite dishes, but the moment she steps away, her supervisor sabotages the meal by replacing everything with foods the client is severely allergic to. When the dishes are served, both the boss and the woman are horrified. The client, feeling insulted, prepares to cancel the partnership while the supervisor publicly berates the woman. Just as the deal is about to collapse, the woman overhears the client on the phone with his wife and realizes the wife is a fan of their company's products. Having already prepared a luxury gift set, she uses it to charm the client's wife, successfully saving the contract. Relentless in her malice, the supervisor later drugs the boss's coffee. Once he is unconscious, she lures both the boss and the woman to a hotel room and sends a cheating tip-off to the boss's wife, hoping to ruin the woman's reputation. Little does she know, the boss's wife is the very woman she is trying to frame. Under the influence of the drug, the boss and the woman only grow closer that night. When the supervisor realizes her plan actually brought them together, she is consumed by rage. The next morning, the woman wakes up and sees the message about the affair. Looking at her boss beside her, a suspicion takes root. Could her boss actually be her husband? Trembling with doubt, she dials her husband's phone number.